if you have $1 million that you're making in a business, and all you have to do is just pay tax on it, which comes out to be still a lot of money depending on where you live, would you sell that business for $3 million? And the answer is absolutely not, unless three things are happening. One, you needed the money. You absolutely need the money for whatever reason. And I would still figure out a way not to sell that business. Number two, you are absolutely retiring. You don't want to do anything. You just want to maybe invest that money somewhere or pass it down. And that is your reason for selling, which is fair, acceptable. And I think that is one good way to exit. And then number three, you absolutely know that you're going to take that $3 million, and of course, it's going to be less after taxes, and you're going to invest that somewhere that is going to produce amazing results, better than you would have from this business. And the problem is, though, with number three, and I've seen this happen so many times where, yes, some people will succeed and turn that $3 million into much more than they would have cash flowing that million. However, a lot of the times it's not so easy as they thought it would have been. And although I've seen successes, I've seen some people that literally took a decade to go ahead and get there and make that money back and produce better results. So if you are going that route, you have to understand that, first of all, cash flowing $1 million in the business is not an easy thing. Some people get there and they even get lucky to get there. And when it comes to doing it again, they fail and they don't even understand how they did it in the first place with their first business. So you have to understand that going into something else is going to be a new experience, and you have to be sure that it's actually going to generate that money. Otherwise, I would say, why would you ever sell a good cash flowing business? Okay. There's actually number four. I think this one is a fair point, and you could look at selling a business when the multiples are just too good to be true. So if you have that $1 million, selling it for 3 million, that's a 3x multiple, which is fair at that size. But at this point, that business should be worth a lot more than 3x. Okay. Of course, a lot of things depend on certain things that's happening in the business. But I would say at that size, you could probably get 4 or 5x if you're running the service business or, whatever it may be. However, if the multiples are so good that it's like 8, 9, 10, then I would say yes, because usually you're not going to get something like that unless you're a SaaS business. And that is going to be a huge opportunity for you to go ahead and invest that somewhere else. So the question is, would it be worth selling for 3 million if you're making 1 million? And the answer is no, unless four of those things happen that I mentioned in the video.